and welcome to my channel. I'm Ellen Gormley and I'm working on the Off to College blanket using Chic Sheep by Marley Bird for Red Heart yarn in the colors VIP and lace. And as you know, go ahead and go back and watch the other videos that I made with Mara as I retaught her how to crochet, my girl who's going off to college. And so we have a basic beginner granny square, and then the final row or round is the what I'm calling the Atari edging, or a mosaic style edging. So if you know how to do the basic granny square, great. Then let's just jump into the edging, and then I'll make another little video for you on how to get one started. So let's do the edging in case you already know the basics of a granny square. The edging, what is different with this pattern, and I've not written down this pattern for you yet, but I wanted to get you a video tutorial right away since I was teaching Mara, and some of you were asking. And of course the teaching video, I wasn't doing a tutorial, but now we are. So she has chosen, she likes to turn every row or every round, so it is very reversible. And I like to consider this the front because of this was round one here, and that's facing. So I'm going to join new yarn in the corner with a standing double crochet. I do have a video for this. So of course you can do the traditional way of just grabbing the yarn, putting the hook through the hole, grabbing the yarn, pulling a loop through, chaining 3, which counts as the first double crochet, and then double crocheting and just continuing on. That's absolutely an acceptable way to do it. I like to place a slip knot on my hook, put the hook in the slip knot, yarn over, keeping that tension, insert the hook in the place where I want it to go, the corner, yarn over, pull up a loop, still keeping that yarn over tension on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook. And that is nail polish on my finger there. Sorry about that. Not blood, sorry. So let's see. And then 2 more double crochets in the same corner. Immediately, I start working over the tail. I work over the tail immediately when I get a chance, so that there's fewer ends to weave in later. So this round is 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets in the corner. So still the very traditional method for doing a granny square as it pertains to the corner. It gets different now as we move on the side spaces. So I'm going to chain 1. And for the next piece, I'm going to skip 2 double crochets, double crochet in the 3rd, which is the last one of that side grouping there, double crochet there. Then I'm going to crochet into this one here, the middle one of the round below. So double crochet with a long double crochet, yarn over, insert the hook in that middle stitch of the grouping below, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then double crochet in the first double crochet of the next group. And this makes kind of like a faux mosaic look. It also looks like one of those little Atari figures on like Space Invaders or something back from the 80s, and that's why I was calling it the Atari round. But it is kind of mosaic looking in that it drops down to a previous row. So chain 1 and skip the middle stitch, double crochet in the last stitch of the grouping, then target this middle one of the grouping below, yarn over, insert the hook in that stitch, wrapping all the way around the stitches on the live working row, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you've got a double crochet in it, pulling it up a bit, and then double crochet in the first double crochet of the next grouping. And really, that is it. That is all the modification we are doing on this beginner pattern that will take it from everyday and normal to something cool and spectacular. And I hope that you're gonna make this project along with us. I will keep you posted on Mara's progress as she makes her blanket. She is a advanced beginner, I would say, crocheter. So let's see here. But she's made a huge stack of motifs so far. Oh, Theo just jumped on the table. Hey buddy, are you coming to say hello? Are you coming to say hello, buddy? Come here. I don't know if he wants to say hello, but he sure jumped up on the table. Let's see if he's trying to grab this little ball of yarn. So if I bring it here, maybe he will reach in. So again, the corners are 3 double crochets separated by chain 1, 2, 3. And I will go ahead and complete the round for you. Oh, there's a knot in the yarn. It's okay. So if I found a knot in the yarn, what I'm going to do is undo the knot. I'm not going to leave the knot in. Did you see how easily I just pulled that apart? So knots do come apart so easily, so don't leave them in your work. So instead, I'm going to back up half a step and change yarns here. Now, really, because this is only one side, I wouldn't even bother. I would pull all this out and join new yarn. I don't like joining new yarn in the middle of a row, especially on such a small space. But if you need to join new yarn, you can just go back, double crochet half of the stitch by yarning over, inserting the hook, yarning over, pulling through 2 loops on the hook, and then you would grab new yarn, hold it in the back, yarn over with the new yarn through to complete the stitch, and then work over the tails. So I am going to undo all of this, but for tutorial purposes, I wanted to show you how to do it. Hey, Theo. Oh, Theo's making a cameo appearance here. Hey, buddy. And he wants the new yarn. Hey, buddy. Okay, you. So, when I finish the round, so I'll do all the remaining sides just like this Atari stitch. So double crochet in the first, as we're spanning a side gap, it would be double crochet, long double crochet, and then double crochet and chain 1, and go all the way around, and then join with a slip stitch in the beginning, first double crochet. So let me speed ahead and show you what it looks like. So now that I'm finishing the round, you can see the mosaic Atari detailing all the way around, and hopefully you see that this is the variation on the traditional granny square. I'm considering this an advanced beginner square. So at the end, don't forget to chain 1 to span that gap, and then slip stitch in the top of the first double crochet or the top of the beginning chain, depending on which method you used, and then just fasten off. So of course, if you already are well versed at the granny square, you could use this mosaic style round on all your rounds so that it will fill in the holes and look more like this all the way around. And I think it's really beautiful. It gives it a really like a snowflake kind of effect, and I hope you like it. Also, people were asking maybe about weaving in ends. So on this motif, on all granny square motifs, the mosaic edging perhaps gives you more opportunity to weave in ends and secure them because there's less holes. But anytime you're weaving in ends, I suggest you weave them under the groupings wherever possible. So now this is a white end, so I'd want to weave it in under the white stitches. And the blue ends, I would want to weave under the blue stitches. But I like to put it under the feet of the stitches where there's lots of strands to hold it. So weave it one direction and then hopefully turn and weave it back the other direction so that it gives a nice secure finish. So this is the off to college motif. This is what we're making. So I hope you're joining in on the cowl. You can join with any colors you like. You can even do one color. You can put them together in any configuration. Chic Sheep yarn comes in lots of gorgeous colors. So they always say, how do you know if a crocheter loves you? She crochets something for you in blue or black, navy or black, because it is hard to see the stitches, so it is a little extra work. So I think this is going to be a gorgeous blanket, the colors that Mara chose. Now let's you advanced crocheters maybe who've already understand granny squares can cut out now if you wish, but let's go over how to start the granny square for those of you who maybe need the tutorial from the very beginning. So there's 2 methods to do this. I think this is on my little beginner playlist as well, but you can either make the magic loop and pull up the second loop and start from there. And with this adjustable ring, start making your 3 double crochets and then tighten up the loop. That's totally one acceptable method. It is not the most beginner method though, I would say. So the more beginner method, I would say, would be to make a slip knot on your hook, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And can you see Theo? Is he in the frame? He's up here in the corner. So chain 4 and then slip stitch in the 4th chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, taking care to make a little loop. Be aware of where that loop is. So slip stitch, and then I pull the loop with my other fingers and feel where I will be putting the stitches in a moment. So stitch number 1 now is hooked to stitch number 4, and the gap there is where the stitches will go. So chain 1, 2, 3. And then where my thumb and middle finger are poking through, yarn over, insert the hook in that loop. And I work over tails right away from the very beginning. So make a double crochet there, another double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 more of these 3 double crochet groupings that are separated by chain 3s. 1, 2, 3. And you'll have this. So let's go ahead and finish. I admit I'm doing some of the middles for Mara because she finds them kind of fiddly. So this is really a great way to share. I mean, I made a blanket with my mom when I was in, I guess, lower high school. And we made a granny square blanket, lots of different scrap yarns. And we made them together. She made a square, I made a square. We'd hold them up to each other and say, "Whoa, what do you think of this color combination?" Because we were just grabbing spontaneously out of the yarn scraps. At the end of your round, don't forget to chain 3 for the corner. Then slip stitch in the first chain, the top of the first beginning turning chain, and pull through, and then you'll fasten this off. So Mara and I are doing this together, this blanket for her to take with her away to college. And the way that we are sharing the production of this, I am doing all the middles. She is doing rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I'm going back and putting all of the final rounds on. So that way, both of us have touched every single square. So it's kind of fun, and I hope that she treasures it the way I treasure the blankets my mom made when I was a kid. So let's see. Okay, so for round 2, the easiest method is to poke your hook through one of the corners and grab the yarn, holding a tail on the back and pulling up a loop. Chain 1, 2, 3. Then go ahead and work over the tail. I'm working over the tail there with 3 double crochets in the corner, 2 more double crochets, counting the first chain 3 as the first one. So 1, 2, 3 is what I have. Chain 3 for the corner, then 3 more double crochets in this corner. Get myself some more yarn. This Chic Sheep yarn is so nice. It is machine washable. It is 100% merino wool, and it is very soft. So chain 1 for the side, and then skip all of these 3 double crochets and place another corner grouping in the next corner. So the corner grouping for throughout this entire project is 3 double crochets in the corner, chain 3, and 3 double crochets in the corner. And I want to finish this round. And then you'll notice on this motif though, we're alternating colors. VIP lace, VIP, and then 2 rounds of lace before the VIP final row. And this motif is about 6 1/4 inches square. I hope you go to your stash or go stock up on Chic Sheep and have some fun with colors and make this blanket. Our goal is to have this done in time for her to go away to college in August. And with the rate she's going making these squares, we're going to make it by summer. So that's really exciting. It's really fun to see, for me, to see her enjoying crochet, which is obviously a love of mine. Okay, so the corners are always the same. 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, all in the same space. Chain 1 for the side. And all of these rounds, like this round 2, is the same through round 5, and then round 6 is the one with the Atari mosaic edging. What do you think? Are you crocheting along at home? Keep me posted. Send me photos at ellen.gocrochet.com. I'm sorry, ellen.gocrochet@gmail.com. You can always go to my website, ellengormley.com. Also, we are making a blanket. Mara is making a blanket to auction off to raise money for her trip. So if you would like to contribute to that, you can send money by PayPal to ellgormley, ellgormley @yahoo.com. So finish with a chain 1 for the side and then slip stitch in the top of the beginning chain 3. And then we'll fasten off and add blue and keep going. Now for the, when you do 2 colors, you can either cut and fasten off and join new yarn, or you can just turn and start working back. So chain 3 here and put in 3 and go all the way around. So whenever you come to a chain 1 space, that's where 3 double crochets will go. All right, please leave me comments and questions below. I hope you're enjoying this off to college crochet blanket cowl. And also make sure you check out the Valentine's crochet shawl cowl and check that one out. Lots of good tutorials for it, and keep me posted. That pattern is available on Ravelry. This pattern I have not written down. It's so basic, but I can write it down if you need me to. And when I get to that, I will let you know. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.